Welcome, 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 and hello again. We're so excited to be at our new location over here in Ruston, Louisiana. Welcome to Louisiana Catalyst Podcast Show, The Link, presented by Etheridge Pipeline and Conduit. We certainly thank our friends at Etheridge Pipeline and Conduit, EPC, for the great work that they're doing in Northeast Louisiana, North Louisiana, and as they even expand beyond the state. And so thank you. Special shout out to EPC for sponsoring The Link. But I also want to introduce to us President of Louisiana Catalyst, to my right, the guy that calls all the shots, the visionary behind it. We just try to make it come to life, Mr. Quentin Derrick.
Hello, everybody. That's a lot, set the bar high.
Oh, man, but you can live up to it. You hold it well for us. And, of course, we're going to lift you up and make sure you don't drop anything.
It's just a team effort.
That's it. But with us today, we have someone who has had a personal touch with our president.
Absolutely.
For lack of a better phrase. But as I've gotten to know him, we already have connections as well in South Louisiana through his training, his schooling. He's familiar with some of the back roads that I've traveled in my time coming up. Dr. Chris Robinson of Caples and Robinson Orthodontics. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me. Honor to be here, and small world indeed.
Oh, certainly is a small world. To remember when I was probably 8 or 9 years old going to Bippo's place in Mandeville, Louisiana. I definitely hadn't thought about that place probably since around that time frame. I'm not going to say how old I am, but it's been a few decades that I've thought about Bippo's. So you jogged my memory a little bit.
Yeah, the good people. Very good people.
No, certainly great people. I'm glad that you have that connection as well. Talk a little bit about orthodontic industry. And Quentin obviously is one of your pupils, I guess, in this training.
Word is maybe one of the best patients he's ever had. Somebody said that.
That's very questionable. Definitely need to review my notes on his chart before I make any statement like that. Orthodontics has changed a lot. I'm going into my 22nd year here in June of doing it, and the evolution has been really very beneficial for the patient with some of the new things that we have. Aligners, I know we're going to talk about that in a few minutes, are clear aligner therapy. Invisalign's kind of the godfather of that, but there's a lot of other companies out there now. But the braces themselves have evolved and gotten more gentler, more patient-friendly, and definitely less time in the chair for the patient. And as well as mom out of work, kids out of school, mom and dad bringing them to appointments and stuff. We've decreased the number of visits that they have to have. So things are definitely moving in the right direction.
Yeah, and that's important, especially for us at Louisiana Catalyst, when we're always thinking not just about small business and introducing our audiences to the great people and small business owners in the region, but how small businesses are thinking about the economy and the quality of life of the people that you all serve. And when you're talking about innovation in your office to help a mom go back to work quicker, that allows her to continue to keep her hourly wage, not have to take off, and so forth and so on. And so to see you all being intentional about that, even in the industry that you all in, I mean, I think that speaks volumes.
Well, thank you. And I would like to say it's all Caples and Robinson Orthodontics, but it's just orthodontics in general. Everything is driven for time. Time is the precious commodity. I mean, yes, everybody would love to have a little bit more money in their pocket, but at the end of the day, everybody would really like a little bit more time. And with the products that we're using these days, it helps, I guess, quicken the pace in which orthodontics moves. But you can't compromise quality for fastness or quickness. So the folks that we use, or the products that we use, they're very smart, very innovative, and things have come a long way in, like I said, the 20 years that I've been doing it.
Yeah, so, talk about innovation. I'll say come into your office, the culture there, friendly, vibrant colors. The consultation was the selling point, right? Because I immediately felt comfortable. Went in nervous. I don't like dentists. I don't like orthodontists. But I was convinced to do something right. I knew I had a problem with grinding my teeth and some other issues that my teeth wasn't helping the situation. So after we met, I was like, yep, let's go ahead and do it. And even though obviously it's been some pain because you're moving your teeth, I think I got to come maybe every 7 weeks, 8 weeks at times. So it's not like I'm coming every week. It's not this huge time commitment. But I can already feel the difference. I've actually quit grinding my teeth, which was the whole point of doing it. So that's been a huge, now I did chew off a few brackets the first couple of weeks I had to come back, but as they started moving, it started improving. So from the innovation standpoint, how are y'all seeing everything change? I know we had talked about like old school metal braces. How is that trend, like kind of moving into more of the trays, and what do you see orthodontists doing in the future?
I don't think true braces will ever go away. I mean, there are some things that we just cannot fix with aligners. There's some things that we choose to fix with aligners that are better than the metal braces, or maybe faster and easier on the patient. But the braces themselves, they've gotten smaller, and really a lot of the technology evolves around the wires that we have. In the old days, they had stainless steel. That was the only wire available. And the name of the game was to tie it in as tight as you could. And not everybody uses the word pain like Quentin does. So we got some people who are tougher and some people who are not. But overall, the wires have changed everything. There's nickel titanium, which has been around for 20 plus years, but now there's copper infused nickel titanium. And what that does, it's a heat activated metal, and those are the wires that you have in. And as the wire is in your mouth, the body temperature slowly heats it up, and the warmer it gets, the stiffer it gets. And so it's a much gentler push on the teeth than what it used to be. Like I said, in the old days, it was tied in as tight as you can, hang on, buddy, your teeth are going to be really sore for about a week, but we'll see you back next month. And so again, mom and dad were coming in, kids were out of school, and it was another time down as tight as you can appointment. It's just not the way orthodontics is done these days.
Right.
Yeah. And that speaks also to the compassion and the care that you all have, I guess, just industry across, because,
right.
Without that, why would you drive that innovation? Why would you start thinking of other ways to make that process less painful, but also more efficient as well? Because I can recall my experiences again, 8, 9 years old, and felt like that's all it was tighten that thing up.
That's probably what it was. Yeah. Hang in there, buddy. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. What specific things that you are seeing the populations kind of generate towards in your industry that you all are, solving that problem?
Well, we're all on our phones these days, all of us. And I think people take pictures of themselves or see pictures of themselves an infinite number of times more than what they used to. Back when I was that age, we used to have to take a picture and you'd go drop it off at Etheridge and it'd have to run through the process. It'd be 2 weeks before you could see your pictures. Now it's instantaneous. And we get people coming in all the time and they say, well, look, I know my teeth really aren't that bad, but when I take a picture from this angle, a shadow cast, and it looks like I'm missing this tooth, or it looks like I have a cavity or a dead tooth. I think the whole social media has driven people to be a little bit more conscious of their aesthetics, which is, it's for the orthodontic industry. Yes. I mean, everybody thinks of braces as straight teeth. That's one big thing of what we do. But back to Quentin, he came in not necessarily because of straight teeth. He came in because of a bite issue. And most of our adult patients, that's what they're there for. I mean, every now and then we get folks that come in and they don't like the way their teeth look. They haven't liked the way their teeth look in years. And they finally are at a point in their life, financially or just mentally, that they say, I'm going to fix this. Most of the kids come in because of straight teeth, and most of the adults, like I said, they come in because of a bite issue, but we fix both. I mean, that's what orthodontics is in today's world.
Yeah. How do you consult that balance between vanity and health? If a person comes in on vanity, but you're seeing, well, there's a health piece here too, as well, that you should be more concerned with. Have you seen those type of scenarios, and how have you handled those?
Definitely. Well, we always try to address both of them and let patients know, hey, look, we know you're here because of this. You're wearing your teeth out, or your dentist said if you don't do something about this, you have the potential to lose this tooth. But while we're in there, we're going to get everything nice and straight. And so some people come in just for the straightness, like I said, but we say, look, we got to fix this as well. Other people come in for a functional issue, but we also get them straight. And so we take care of both ends of it, and we make sure people understand what we're addressing and why.
All right. So kind of moving into entrepreneurship and that kind of deal, which we cover a lot, obviously, with Catalyst. What has been the difference between being an orthodontist and being a business owner? Where do you find the biggest struggle between being one or the other? Because a lot of times we see just because you're a really good orthodontist doesn't make you a good business owner.
That's right.
Where is it a struggle point for you, and where has that kind of led you to put more focus to?
Great question. And I'll tell you, in school, you come out and you're like going, man, you're ready to take on the world. You know how to fix all the teeth and all the malocclusions that are out there. And then all of a sudden you got to sit down and start looking at, your staff, your bills that are coming in. I mean, they don't really teach you much on the business end. I was blessed to be, I guess brought on with Dr. Ricky Caples, and he taught me a lot about it. He was fortunate in the fact that he came in with another gentleman by the name of John Parker and kind of showed him that. For folks starting out or hanging a shingle, if you will, is kind of what they called it in school when you start your own place. Man, I tip my hat to them because that is a lot on your plate. But to answer your question, the business end of it is way tougher than the orthodontic end of it, just because I did not have a whole lot of business in school. And if I could rewind time and Chris could go back to school, he would take some business classes. So I wouldn't have to have learned kind of, baptism by fire, if you will, as far as learning, what to do and what not to do. And over the years, I mean, we've made some really, really good decisions and we've made some bad ones. And we've learned from it just like every business owner does. But thank goodness we have survived the storm, and we're doing well today.
Yeah, what would you credit some of that success to? Although you call it baptized by fire, but you guys are continuing to grow and expand and do different things in an innovative way. What would you credit you all's success as just being, specialists in your industry?
We were fortunate that the mistakes that we made business-wise weren't like major mistakes, but then we look back on it, and I think anytime you have two people that are able to look at a problem, whether it's a business problem, a staff problem, a financial problem, or an orthodontic problem, you're in better shape, to have two good minds sit there and kind of think it through of, hey, what do we do correct? What do we do wrong? What are we going to do different next time? So it's been a blessing having a partner to kind of bounce good and bad off of.
Man, you singing our music. That's what we love to foster is collaboration. We try and introduce even same within industry. It's not always, pairing a marketing company with a restaurant. If they got marketing companies, get together and see how you can work together as peers. He and I do a lot of that. We try to do it with other non-profit groups. Hey, come together and see what the opportunities could be, because exactly what you said, if more eyes can get on something with the same heart and the same mind, vision, mission overall, then you can solve these problems. It's not going to prevent problems. Problems are going to happen. Challenges are going to come. But if all of us come together and care equally, then something positive will come out of it.
I completely agree.
And they say you only know what you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And it makes me think about, so we're currently working to put together the CEO Roundtable program for Louisiana Economic Development. And so we constantly get a lot of the questions like, why should I do that? Or what is that? And so this is simply a roundtable for CEOs to sit around and say, hey, I'm having issues with this problem. How, have you had that problem? How did you deal with it? And so it creates a collaborative, environment that you can bounce that off of, because you never know what they have learned through their experiences. And so we push, one of our pillars is collaboration. So me and Duran collaborate a lot. Catalyst collaborates with everybody, chambers to pretty much every nonprofit. I mean, we've done food drives to trying to think of all the initiatives we've had over the years.
Wherever there's a need, and again, whether it's a competitor or a potential person that you can truly, meet ends with, let's solve that problem together. We care about the problem. If you care about this problem and I care about this problem, regardless of what logo is on our shirt or whatever, let's solve the problem. And so I can tell you all carry that same internal mindset as well. I think it's important.
Yes, we do. And I'll tell you, and I know all business owners after COVID hit, were searching for employees. And we lost a few. We lost a few really good folks. But we have always kind of been hire the personality, hire good people. We can teach them the trait. And that's one of the things that has led to our success is just surrounding ourselves with really good folks, and making sure that they have, like you said, the heart, making sure their heart's in the right place and they want to do. And then alluding back to what you said earlier about your first visit there, I wish we hit home runs like that at every at bat, but we don't. But I'm glad we did. That's people. The orthodontists are going to straighten your teeth, but people want the experience, and our mission has always been, we're going to try to give you board quality orthodontics, but give you outstanding customer service. And that's probably, back to your question earlier about what we have done, that's probably the biggest success or what has led to the success of Caples Robinson Orthodontics over the years is just the people and the culture.
Yeah. And that's so important. That's something we try and help small businesses identify when we're consulting with them, when we're talking to them, is, what's the why? Everybody, there are a million of this company, million of that company, but why would we choose yours? When I come into your office, when I sit in your chair, what will I get here that I can't get anywhere else? And so that's important, that you all are intentional and strategic about that. And I hope that regardless of what listener is tuned in with us today, regardless of the industry, these same values translate universally.
I agree. I mean, when we go places and, you can go to 5 different banks, and you can find out, hey, look, they'll all loan me money, but I feel good with these people. So that's, I agree with you. I think any business, that's a good model to be in. And we don't treat everybody, and we can't treat everybody, but I mean, there's some people that, just they don't jive with who we are, and that is A-okay. It doesn't mean we're good or they're bad or vice versa. It just is what it is, and we're fine with that.
As we wrap up, one last question: what's next for you all? You guys are doing some great things.
Just say what's in the long? What does Cable Robinson want to do?
We're going to start our own TikTok page.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
we are
no. Dancing is long in my past.
But to put a stake in that real quick, and I know we're tight on time, but how has marketing even evolved in the industry?
It's completely different. We've gone from, baseball teams and softball teams, which we still do some of that stuff because I love the little kids. But I mean, social media, and that's actually one of the ways that Quentin and I have ended up here is talking about social media options and things like that. So that definitely, and I'm definitely still learning because I don't TikTok or
I'll say this for as a defender of TikTok, it put the end to it's not dancing. It has now become an educational platform.
That's right.
And I think that's where businesses, like Gary Vee was putting out saying that, every small business needs to have a TikTok, because the influence that platform has all the other competitors copying, where now you could just make that same style content of just educating people on your business, what the inner working. People are interested. Some of the most viral videos on all the platforms are simply people doing their everyday job and showing in detail what goes behind that. And people just love information and knowledge. It's kind of like the new reality TV, And braces always if you haven't had braces, if you hadn't had, I never knew they were heat activated. Now it made sense when I'm drinking coffee when I think get a little tighter. You know what I mean? And it's at the kind of education side. So I'm excited, y'all. That shows the innovation side of y'all, that y'all are looking past what we've always done, and what do we need to do, and what does that look like going forward? Because your next set of customers are coming out of grade school, so how do you reach those, and how do you reach the parents? Because those parents that got braces at, Duranze, where is he going? How do you get in front of him? And that world's changing since COVID,
Yes, definitely has.
So what's next?
Man, we're going to probably move further into the aligner business. Which, like I said, Invisalign was kind of the grandfather of it, but there's some better options out there. Spark is who we're using. I think it's the best product on the market right now. And it is just a series of plastic trays that move your teeth. Orthodontics has been braces and wires move your teeth. With aligners, it's little dots of glue and plastic that move your teeth. It's great. It's very comfortable. Most people don't even know that you're doing it, but the trick is that you have to be dedicated and you have to wear it. So And we just were at our national meeting last week, and the speaker on stage said, he goes, people ask me what the trick is to this, and he said, well, the trick is you wear it, and it works, and so I definitely think that's where the orthodontic industry is moving towards. But like I said, I don't think braces will ever go away.
Yeah, so certainly. As long as people keep looking at themselves every day in the mirror, they're gonna always find something to correct. And so we thank you for being one of those ways we can get corrected and feel good about ourselves, because that's important too. Because how we look and how we look determines how we feel, and how we feel determines how we perform. And so all that works together. Thank you all for tuning in again with us at Louisiana Catalyst, the Link podcast brought to you by Etheridge Pipeline Conduit, EPC. Again, thank those folks. We're out here in Ruston. You're going to see more episodes coming from our Ruston studios. We're still in Monroe. We're also going to be rolling out in Farmville as well. Stay tuned with us, continue following us, and continue getting better every day.
Yep. Appreciate you.
Thank y'all, guys.